incident of people making withdrawals from people's accounts without people's knowledge. Without
so you are saying, invariably you're saying the card we are using now in Nigeria is of international standard.
It's better,
it's more secure.
It's better secured, yes. It's better secured.
And that is from the part of the bank. Now, from the point of the customers, what do you think the customer should do as regards the security of his card?
Well, over a period of time, really, also, there is what is known as the PIN, which is what is referred to as a personal identification number.
Okay.
Okay, which is what is given to you. It's usually a 4-digit Arabic numbers. Okay, and what those pins are meant for is for you to secure your account. So the security of the account really is both in your hands and in the hands of the bank. Okay, and so the personal identification number is supposed to have something with which you can always remember and something that is only known to you, so that a third party or a second party, as the case may be, will not have access to your account.
Okay. It should be a number that is personally known to you.
Yes,
but
personally known to you.
Where some of these pins are given to you from the bank.
Yes, once the banks give you pins, because what most banks do nowadays is that you won't even be able to use that new card that is given to you, except you have changed the pin.
Your personal.
Yes, you have to change the pin before you can access it. I know I had an experience on that not too long ago, where I received a card quite alright from one of our banks. I went to the system and I tried to use it with that number, and it didn't allow me to use
So you have been prompted to change?
Yes, I was told to change, so I had to change it. It was after I changed it I could use it.
Now, can you please advise us, maybe we that are not bankers, nominal people on the street, what are those kind of number you think we should change our PIN to? Because there are chances where some persons close associated to you can guess your PIN and stumble on something. Some people use like maybe their date of birth or something. Is there any guideline?
Somebody that has been in the industry, really, except for guesswork, really, to be very frank, except for guesswork, if you look at it very well, any number you pick and you pick within you, it's usually very difficult for somebody else to know.
Okay.
However, you may have compromised your PIN. Maybe your wife wants to buy something or your husband wants to buy something, and you decide to give your card to that close person or your spouse. Definitely you have already compromised by letting he or she know what your PIN is.
Okay.
So usually the advice really in that area is for you, after that transaction that you are aware of, you can get to the bank and change, or get to any of the ATM machines and change your PIN.
Now, beside the PIN, let's look at the security of this card in this way. There are some sites in Nigeria today that you can use your ATM card to make payments.
Okay.
And in some of these sites, I don't think you necessarily need to enter your PIN before you can make payments. So I'm looking at it that the first role customers has to play is to make sure their card is always within their reach.
Yes, it's extremely.
But don't you think that if somebody has access to my card, they can use it to pay on net?
That's possible, but I think over a period of time too, it's becoming more and more impossible or more and more difficult for people to actually go ahead to do that. If you remember very well that years ago, yes, there was quite a number of things you could do, but now, as the level of education among the society grows, so also people are more aware. People tend to be more open to security features than they had been hitherto before now. So that's just it.
So it's more secure, even without my PIN?
It's better now, because now you have your card with you and can do transactions with it. So what it means is that you have to make sure that your card is always with you at any given period of time.
Akin, it's nice having you in the studio. Viewers at home, please don't go away. We'll be right back after this time out.
Share in the experience. Innovations in the banking sector. Informative and educative with in-depth analysis, on-target discussion, a unique presentation style, and everything you need to know about the cashless society and banking in Nigeria. Only one TV banking show tells you all. Banking and You with Jeremiah Ojonuwa on NTA Channel 10 Lagos every Thursday, 5 p.m. For sponsorship and advert placement, please call Jerry on 0805-401-5098, 08166112145, Blossom on 07037667654, and Kunle on 08027805699. Banking and You with Jeremiah Ojonowa.
Once you release your PIN to someone else, someone indirectly has access to your account.
Knowing and understanding your bank. Don't miss it.
Welcome back. It's still Banking and You, and we've been talking about ATM transactions and matters arising. And with me in the studio is Akinleye, an erudite scholar, a banker over the years, and we'll be looking at the advantages that are available for you in using your ATM card, especially now that the economy is going cashless. And we'll be looking at the roles of the bank to ensure that the card is more secured on the side of the customer. And in the security of customer funds, I want to believe that it's not just the function of the bank. The customer equally has a role to play. While the bank is playing their role, the customer equally has a role to play. So but the bank essentially is where you keep your money, is where you keep your treasure. So you have a role to play in securing your funds in the bank. Now, in order to secure the ATM card, the bank or the ATM vendors, because today I think there are some licensed people that actually run ATM too. We've gotten that over time from the CBN. What are the role of these people to ensure that customer cards are secured?
Basically, they all run on the same platform. So I do not think they need to do anything extra, because the cards are there. You have the microchip, you have the magnetic strip. I don't think they need to do anything extra particularly. All they need to do is to make sure that wherever it is their ATM machines are situated are places that are not secluded or taken away from where people are.
Okay.
So that you don't have a situation where somebody makes a withdrawal and somebody else sneaks behind him to dislodge him of what he has just withdrawn.
Okay.
Or put him under some form of pressure or duress to make withdrawal from his through the machine from his account. So basically that, but they should make sure that the machines are situated in such a way that it makes it easier for people, and whatever it is that anybody is doing in that environment is well seen. Good lighting, and of course they should make sure that each of the machines, I'm aware of that a lot of banks on their machines they have cameras.
Okay.
They should make sure that on their own machines too, cameras are working, and then they should run a test on it intermittently to be sure that those things are okay, so that in case there is a report of fraud, they will be able to track it. Yes, they'll be able to track it. Yes.
I think it's with respect to that the CBN recently made out a law that all banks should withdraw their ATM back to the banking premises, so that they can actually monitor what is going on their ATMs. Now, the ATM usage is actually user friendly.
No.
Now, we've had issues where machine has been dispensing cash, and some people will get there and tell you, the machine is not changing my PIN, it's not accepting my PIN. I've been in the banking industry for years. I work on the customer service desk, and these are little issue I face every day in and out. Now, can you just please put us through the PIN change process on an ATM machine?
Basically, when you have taken your card from the bank, and you've been given your card, whether you are a new account holder or you are somebody just receiving a different card for a different purpose, you go to the machine, you slot in your card. Let me also say this quickly before I go on with the process. You see, we have different types of cards and for different purposes. You have the debit card, which means that you can only use it to debit.
Okay.
Debit in the sense that you have some money in your account and you want to make withdrawal.
What is available in your account. It doesn't have a credit value.
Yes, but there are cards that are known as credit cards. Very few people have it around. Okay, and I think the reason why we are having difficulty as a people or as a society is because we do not have all that it requires yet in terms of security to be able to identify individuals. If not, credit cards should be available to most Nigerians too, because if they do good business, credit cards should be available to them. Now, on that issue, it takes his card, it goes to the machine, approaches the machine. Okay, there is a section on the part of the card, you see an arrow pointed. That is the part that goes into the machine. Once it gets into the machine will prompt. Some machines will give you the advert of the banks.
Okay.
before eventually you can
Someone will
prompt.
address you with your name.
Yes, so it prompts, and when it prompts, the first thing it asks you is PIN, insert PIN. So, of course, if you are a new
User.
you actually insert the PIN that was given to you in the sealed slip.
Okay.
There's a sealed slip that will be given to you. You insert that PIN. After you have inserted that PIN, it will allow you access to another screen.
Okay.
On that screen, you have change PIN, you have balance inquiry, you have quite a number of other things on it, bill payment and all that on that screen. Now, what you are expected to do, because it's a fresh card, what you are expected to do is to change your PIN. So you impute, yes, you impute the change your PIN or depress the button there. Then, of course, it comes out with a screen for you to input your numbers, your own numbers. Yeah. So input your numbers, and to ask you to reconfirm that PIN.
I think that is where most people miss it. Yes, so you need to re-enter the second time.
Yes, you enter it the second time, and when you enter it the second time, to tell you PIN change successful.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Or PIN change successfully.
Okay.
Then it will return your card to you.
Do you want to do another transaction?
Yes. Now you can go ahead and do a fresh transaction.
So you need to bring out the card, then input inside.
It will actually return the card to
you.
Yes, so that you can actually start a fresh transaction.
That's very good. It is good we know this, because many people on the street, especially now that we are going cashless, some persons will tell you, I don't need an ATM. They will tell you, I'm a kind of person that I don't really need an ATM. Now, with what you've said, it therefore means everybody can use an ATM, because it's actually user-friendly.
Yes.
It's not something you need somebody to put you through before you can necessarily use. Now, this becomes very important to us viewers at home, because in no time from now, we are going cashless, and the limits you can actually withdraw from your account has been pegged down to 150 for individual account holders and #1 million for corporate account holders. It therefore means with your ATM, you can do any other thing you ought to do by withdrawing lump sum cash in the bank. You have access to your to your money anytime, 24 hours in a day. I think to some banks now you can do up to 100. To some you can do up to 150.
Yeah.
So that is a whole lot of money. You don't need to get to the banking hall to constitute some of the queues, unnecessary queues we used to experience in our banking halls. Okay. So viewers at home, it has been nice talking with my guest in the studio. I can thank you very much for coming.
It's a pleasure.
Hope you will come again whenever we have a call to call you.
Definitely.
This is much we can take on to this episode. You can visit our website, or you can send your comments and questions through our contact as displayed on your screen. You can follow us directly on the Facebook, and we'll get your comment, we'll respond to we are here for you, so that we'll transit to the cashless economy without stress. This is much we can take. Time is always a problem for us on this program. Till we come your way, same time, same station next week, keep a banking relationship.